All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge, alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. In between the conference finals and the Stanley Cup Final this week, Chucky, conference finals just finally wrapped up the other night. Both Florida and Edmonton going back to the Stanley Cup rematch of last year. What were your thoughts on the conference finals? How those kind of played out? Were they as close as you thought they were going to be? Were they not as close as you thought they were going to be? Obviously, they're both 4-1 wins for Florida and Edmonton. What were your thoughts on those kind of final games that played out in the conference finals?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty boring, honestly. I think everybody was just kind of looking to skip this and get right into a rematch of the Cup final. So, not great showings for Dallas. I mean, they had that nice comeback in the first game, but you could just tell, their age kind of crept up with them. Their depth wasn't as good as Edmonton's, and you could see the same on the Carolina side. Like they just couldn't get anything going against the Panthers. And, when they have Bobrovsky and you're not able to score on your power play, Carolina just had no chance in that series. So,
Yeah, I think that series was even like less close, further apart in terms of skill wise and play than the Edmonton Dallas series. Obviously, Edmonton and Dallas were a little bit closer in those initial games, and then Edmonton just kind of took over. There was like that clip that kept floating around on social media of McDavid and Draisaitl just glancing at each other on the bench, and then everyone was
the
saying
look,
the look. After
the
that,
glance.
it was just all Oilers the rest of the series. But yeah, Florida Carolina. I was shocked that Florida lost Game 4, to be honest, but I didn't realize that Reinhart, was it Reinhart that was out that game, or Bennett that was out that game? I think it was Reinhart and two other guys, and then so they dropped that one, then came back in the in Game 5 and just completely thrashed them.
And Carolina was completely healthy pretty much, other than Chatfield. But I mean, normally they have a goalie that goes down, but some sort of injuries for them to blame it on. But it was just their star players couldn't get it done. And by the end of it, Aho had a couple goals in the last game, but
Yeah.
pretty disappointing for Rod Brindamore to just constantly have such a wagon of a team during the regular season, and then just to get thrashed in the Eastern Conference Finals every year. It's tough for Canes fans.
Yeah, he got his one win, but yeah, it was
Finally got one, yeah, in 19 years.
yeah, insane that they hadn't won a game in the conference final for that long, man. Like, just what was the actual stat? Was it like 1 in 19 or something like that, or one in 13, or whatever the math was?
Yeah, yeah, it
One
was
in 15
definitely
even. I think it was one in
like
15. They're like 1 in 16 now or something.
14 or 15 games in a row they lost. So
Crazy.
um, just tough. I mean, and it's like a pretty good accomplishment to make it to the Final Four. Like you're in the
Yeah.
semifinals, you're the top four team in the league, and there's just so much negativity around the whole Carolina organization just because they can't win an Eastern Conference game. I mean, they finally got one, but they're just not even close to the Panthers.
Yeah, and Carolina came out and played well in that in Game 5. There, like they went up 2-0, and I was like, I don't know if what's gonna happen here. I felt like Florida was gonna come out, especially in the third, and kind of as the game got along, just get a lot better. And they came out in the second, obviously scored three in a row, went up 3-2, and then Jarvis in the third ties it up again. Jarvis had a great playoff, I think, for how he played himself compared to the rest of the team. Like Jarvis, I think that kid's going to be a young stud. I didn't realize he was only like 22, 23. Like he
Yeah,
seems
and
like,
he's got a messed up shoulder too, and he's still playing that way. So they
yeah.
said he's avoiding surgery so that he can play in the Olympics or potentially try and make the Olympic team. So
Oh, wow.
that's not good for a young kid like that. That's gonna need a shoulder surgery coming soon.
And then Verhage went up again, and then Bennett kind of put the nail in the coffin in the final minute in the empty net goal. But Florida moving back on, and Florida didn't they didn't touch it.
They didn't last year either.
I
The
know.
first year they did,
First year they did, and they lost. And then Edmonton,
and they
same
lost.
thing. They didn't touch it last year, and they're touching it this year. So
Yeah.
see what happens. See if if the superstition holds up on either side. And
Mhm.
I mean, as much as I hate the Oilers being a Flames fan, like I think this was the final that everybody wanted to see when playoffs started. Edmonton, Florida, back at it, rematch. Obviously, last year everyone knows what happened. Florida went up 3-0. Edmonton came back, forced to Game 7, and then it was a 1-goal game. So the series was a lot closer. This year, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think Florida's going to take an early stranglehold? Edmonton's going to come back. Do you think it's going to be the opposite this year? Do you think it's going to alternate 1-1-1-1 till Game 7, or what's your prediction for the Stanley Cup Final?
Well, at least Edmonton has home ice this year, so those first two games in Edmonton are going to be huge. And you know how hard it is to play in that rink right now. They've been on a roll. Skinner's been playing well. So you know, they've had a couple injuries. This little time off is probably going to help them a lot. You know, the game's not till Wednesday, so maybe they can get Brown back. You know, maybe they can get, I think Hyman's done for the season, but Ekholm's a little bit more
Yeah.
healthy. So some of these guys are going to be ready, and but you know, Florida's going to be resting up too. So I'm looking forward to those first two games in Edmonton.
Yeah, that's a good thing you just brought up. Hyman missing the rest of the playoffs, upper body injury. He's going to have surgery. Big loss for Edmonton, especially in terms of getting those goals in front of the net. Like, that's where that
Yeah,
guy
and he had like
shines.
120 hits in 15 games, like some crazy stat. He almost set the record. I think Coleman has the record in 2019 or 2022, and he almost set it by only playing 15 games.
On the Florida side, AJ Greer is kind of their biggest question mark. Didn't play the other night. Still
Reinhardt, he's been a little bit banged up, but
a little bit banged up, but Reinhardt's supposed to play. I think Greer, from what I was reading, is the only one that may not play. He still isn't practicing with the team, so it's as always. I mean, we both know this. Every hockey fan knows this. The Stanley Cup playoffs are just all injuries, especially once you get as far as the Cup final. I mean, at least half the team is banged up in some way. There's a lot of times it comes out after. There's guys that are playing with torn ACLs or something torn in the knee, broken ribs. Concussions not so much anymore, at least not diagnosed ones, because they obviously, with concussion protocol in the league now. But there's multiple guys with broken bones out there. There's multiple guys with something torn, some sort of injury, some ailment that's slowing them down out there. But when you have a team like Florida with guys like Tkachuk and Reinhardt and Bennett and all these guys, Marshy, that are all just complete dogs out there, they're not going to let injuries slow them down. At least not as much as some other sports do. But
yeah,
Matthew, I mean, Tkachuk was dealing with injuries all year, though. I mean, going back to last year's playoffs, though, last year's playoffs a little bit to the Four Nations too. So hopefully he's healthy and everyone stays as healthy as they can and give us the best Stanley Cup final we could ask for.
yeah, it's gonna be a good one. And yeah, like you said, both teams are dealing with everything, but you just put that aside and put the equipment on and battle through it to get the cup. So
Yeah.
I really hope Canadian team wins it. Love to see it come back to Canada. It's been way too many years now, you know, over 30 years. So I'm pulling for Edmonton. I know you're probably pulling for Chucky again to win back to back.
Yeah, I'm definitely pulling for Florida. Hey, I mean, there's still Canadian guys on Florida, so the cup will be back in Canada anyway. But that's the way I
That's
look
true.
at it. No, but I know what you
No.
mean. It'd be nice to see a Canadian team win. Just and I do like McDavid, but it's still the Oilers, so I can't.
Would you go to the Oilers parade if they won it?
Absolutely not.
No chance,
No
eh?
chance. No
Not
chance.
going to Edmonton.
I probably wouldn't even go to the Flames one if Flames won it. Like I'm not a
Oh, I
parade
would.
person.
I
We
would.
could probably watch it from. I guess you don't live downtown anymore, but I could probably watch it from my balcony. I
Yeah.
saw the Stampede one last year, so I could probably see a Stanley Cup one.
Yeah, I don't think the Flames are winning anytime soon, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably won't be in this apartment by the time the Flames win the cup. So I don't even know if I'll be living in Calgary by that time if they ever win it again. So
Yeah.
the Saddle Dome will not be up by the time they win a cup again. That's
Oh,
for
they'll have
sure.
a new barn. That'll be sweet.
I am so sad about that.
Yeah. Saddle Dome's pretty iconic.
It's like I don't understand how you could tear it down. Like it should be a historical landmark. It's the
Yeah.
one thing that sets the city apart from other cities around the world. Like just in terms of like the the build of the dome. Like no other arena looks like that. Obviously, yeah, like they want a new arena, especially for concerts and stuff like that, because it does affect some of the acoustics. It doesn't affect it as much as everyone says, but it also affects like production wise for some of these big acts like a Taylor Swift and stuff like that. I mean, she's doing
Yep.
stadiums now, but um, yeah, it's I don't know. I wish they could figure out something else to do with the dome rather than just tear it down. Obviously, I know it might look a little weird to have two NHL size arenas right beside each other, but
Yeah.
I feel like there's some other way that you could have gone about it, or at least make the new arena look similar in some way, not just like it just looks like an extension of the BMO Center.
Yeah. Make it a saddle too. I don't know why that wasn't in the plans.
Yeah, like you could figure out a way inside where the dome isn't actually caving in on the actual inside of the interior of the building so it doesn't affect the acoustics and still make the outside look like a saddle. Like there was just other stuff that they could have done. I feel like every new arena that goes up now, it just looks like some sort of basic futuristic BS, but this just looks like a community center.
Yeah. And it's all about the shops and stuff around it. It's not going to be anything about the design. It's just going
I
to be
know.
all, there'll be like a mosh pit in the middle, probably just like Edmonton has. And that's just kind of the way the arenas are getting built now.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, but yeah, what's your final prediction for the series for the Stanley Cup? How many games do you think it's going to? You already said you're picking Edmonton.
I saw Dave Portnoy today put 50 grand on Edmonton to win in six.
Ooh,
So he gets paid out like, I think 300 grand or 250 or something. I think that's a good bet. Oilers in six,
Oilers in six.
4-2.
Interesting. So do you think they're going to win both first games at home, or what do you think?
They have to. Otherwise, going back to Florida 1-1, I don't like the chances.
Yeah, they'll have to sweep that, eh?
I mean, it'd be great to see a game seven again, but I don't
True.
know. Can't let it get to that.
I think Florida in seven.
Florida in seven?
Yeah,
In Edmonton on their barn?
yeah, I think
That
so.
would be so sad for Oilers fans. I think the whole city would probably
I think they'd
go up in
riot.
flames.
I think
It'd
they'd
be like
riot like
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
That would be
Yeah,
bad.
that would be super bad. I'm trying to look on SpinBet here and see if there's a future for the Cup final. There's game one, game two. It's not. Yeah, it's not giving us that. You can bet on when will series end. Seven games is plus 200. 6 games is plus 200. 5 is plus 270. 4 a sweep is plus 600 on SpinBet. So, but there's
Sweep
no
would be
future
tough.
win the cup on this one. But you can bet for the nationality of the Conn Smythe Trophy winner. That's a good one. Canada, Finland, USA. The US is plus 2,400. Hilarious. For a defenseman to win it is plus 14,900.
Refer a friend, get 75 bucks on SpinBet, but use our code so we can get in there.
Yeah, so lots of cool stuff on SpinBet for the final. Use our code. Go to spinbet.com. I don't even think we have a slash, but go to spinbet.com. Sign up. Use code AthleteArtistShow. Get a 200% match plus 100 free spins if you're just in sports betting. Just worry about the 200% match. So if you deposit $100, you get $200 back. So cool. All right, let's get into the Memorial Cup.
The memmer.
London Knights and Medicine Hat. I mean, this is kind of what I predicted a couple weeks ago. London and Medicine Hat going to the final. Medicine Hat beat London in the round robin 3-1, which was kind of I figured that was going to be the series or the matchup to watch. Medicine Hat pulled it out, clinched their spot in the final, and then London came out and beat Moncton 5-2 the other night to go back to force the rematch in the final. So, have you been paying attention to the Memorial Cup at all?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Moncton game against London, the little semifinal game. Lots of goals. It was back and forth, pretty good game. But yeah, everybody wanted to see London Med Hat final, and yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. Medicine Hat won the first game, and now they're coming back to have the rematch. But I'm hoping the WHL gets it done.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, since you played in the WHL, I assumed you'd be picking them. I've been a long time London Knights fan in terms of the CHL.
Really? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've always loved London Knights. They've always been a good team to watch. I mean, Kachuk played for them, so that was a big thing when he was coming up. I watched them a lot, so it would be sweet to see Memorial Cup come back to Alberta too. Obviously, with McKenna and Medicine Hat, what they've been able to do this year. I mean, those guys have barely lost in all season long. Like those guys have just been ripping it up.
Oh yeah, they're wagon for sure.
So I think I kind of agree with you though in terms of the Medicine Hat winning that first game. London's going to be out for some redemption. I messaged Brandon Prust a couple days ago after London lost the first game. I was like, they're gonna have to bounce back Friday and Sunday now, get some redemption. And he's like, yep, boys got to get it going. They got it going on Friday, and now they're back. They got to get it going tonight. Hopefully this episode should be out before that game starts, and then we'll be streaming on the Memorial Cup. So pop that up on Rumble, watch the game, see if McKenna shows up and leads his team to the Memorial Cup. I mean, he led the team to the WHL finals. I mean, I can't even say that completely because he missed the couple games in the WHL final. So that just shows you how strong and deep that team is to work their way through the WHL final without McKenna. But I mean, in that final game, he came back from injury and still led that team in that game too. So
I'm trying to find the bets for the Medicine Hat Tigers. I think I would want to take the over, but I'm not seeing the Mem Cup games on SpinBet. They got the AHL games, looks like.
some Euro
Charlotte
games too.
Checkers, Laval Rocket, Abbotsford Canucks, Texas Stars.
Should be some good games.
Yeah, those are four really good teams. I want to see the my former Checkers get another Calder Cup.
I saw weren't they just in a brawl the other night?
Yeah, there was a big brawl at the end of the game. It's like 6-1, and the French boys in Laval didn't like that.
I saw the clip of them at the start of the game too, going at it like they're meeting at center ice, yapping a little bit. But yeah, those French boys don't love to lose, hey?
Pretty competitive.
Pretty competitive.
But yeah, no, the AHL is crazy and come playoff time. Like these guys are playing for their lives. You know, you can't get called up at this point, but you're playing for contracts. You're playing to stay in the organization. So would be pretty cool to see Charlotte Checkers take it down. I see Abbotsford's in it too. That'd be a good final out in Vancouver and Charlotte, two pretty good cities.
Yeah, some good teams in the AHL final. I haven't been watching it really. I haven't been paying too much attention to the AHL, but yeah, like you said, all those guys are competing for jobs for next year and going into the off season. I'm sure some of those guys will be looking for a little promotion going into next year, or at least the opportunity to get a promotion for sure.
Yeah, and my old coach Jordy Kinnear, he's still in Charlotte, so
Nice.
I don't know if he's got won a championship yet, but I'd love to see him get one.
Bunch of stuff in hockey going on right now, but we have a package coming in the next week here. Legion Athletics. We got our first Legion supplement order coming in. As you can see, my protein is getting a little thin here, so I'm waiting for some more to come in. Excited for you to try some of the Legion. Every time I crinkle the bag, my cat gets interested too. So it's good when the cat's loving the Legion. Got the protein gummies here. I took a scoop of the Pulse pre-workout before we hopped on here, so I'm buzzing. I'm feeling nice.
Didn't take too much this time. You're right amount.
Didn't take too much. I only took one scoop instead of three. So I just took the one scoop just to get me going. I was had a little bit of a little grogginess from some of those brownies I made the other night, but they're a little potent. But the little scoop of the Pulse in the morning gets you going. Go for a workout later. Creatine.
You gonna go to the Lilac Festival today?
Is that today?
Yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit.
Are you?
Check
No, I'll probably just edit this. Chill at home. Chill with the cat. Let him out on the balcony. He's been loving going outside lately, but it's been so hot the last few days. But
What time is the Mem Cup game?
7.
7 o'clock. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Legion Athletics. I'm excited for you to get the supplements. We'll do a little bit of an unboxing when it comes in because we've got I think 10 products coming in. So when it comes in, we'll film a little unboxing video, let everybody know what we got. But definitely some protein in there, some pre-workout, some different little things that we can show off. And I'm excited to try another protein flavor. I forget what kinds I got. I think I ordered like s'more, and then I know you ordered. I think it was like cinnamon toast crunch or something like that, or cinnamon cereal.
Yeah, baby.
So that'll
Be
be
perfect. I'm back at crash conditioning starting Monday, so gonna
awesome.
need some protein.
That'll be a good one to have to try. You'll have to let me know what you think of the taste of that. I'm sure it'll be good. That one might be good for baking too, like some
Yeah, I saw
pancakes, some
you were
protein
baking the other
pancakes.
day.
Yeah, well, like with the protein powder, like I was making protein pancakes and stuff too. Like I'd crush up a banana, put a scoop of the banana bread protein in with the flour. Just take out some of the flour, put some of the protein in, put an egg in there, and then the pancakes end up having like 40 grams of protein in there, if you depending on how many eggs you put in, how many scoops of protein. But yeah, the
Sounds
Legion
great.
stuff works really well for baking.
Thank you, Legion.
Code AAS. You can go to the website Legion Athletics, or you can click our promo code in the description. But yeah, go to Legion Athletics, code AAS. It'll be buy one get one 50% off. So that's for as many products as you want. So not just one, not just two, but try to order an even amount of products so you can get the deal on all of them. Chucky, what else do you want to cover here?
I think we got everything coming into the summer now. I mean, there's all these press conferences and all these rumors, and like, is Jamie Benn going to be back with the Stars?
Mm.
Is Miss Marner going to be back with the Leafs? So many rumors on so many different teams. Carolina sounds like they want to get it on the Marner sweepstakes. So, it's sad watching some of these conferences, but you get a little bit of some tea and some juice to take you into the summer and into the off season.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen? I know we've kind of touched on it a couple times, but I think another big thing that came out is Jonathan Toews just announced that, or through his agent, he
Yeah,
told his agent that he's 100% committed to coming back and playing in the NHL again next year. Where do you think he's going to land? What do you think's going to happen with him?
I don't know. I think it's a pretty big risk for a team to follow sign him to a contract. So maybe he'll like get a PTO somewhere or get a chance. But I'm sure he'll take a small PTO and then a small team friendly deal wherever. I mean, it'd be cool to see him in Winnipeg in his hometown, or Toronto could always use a player like that on the cheap. So it would be interesting to see. Like, I don't think he'd come to Calgary or any of these younger rebuilding teams, but we'll see. It's good to see he's healthy though.
I was seeing Winnipeg was a big one. Maybe he'll go back home.
Yeah, he's from there, so that would be cool to see him go back there.
I would love to see him go back to Chicago.
I don't know if that's gonna
I
happen,
don't
but
think it will, but it'd be cool to see him go back there and kind of lead the charge with Bedard. And
mm,
I'm sure like Taves would have a lot of things he could teach Bedsy to be a pro in the league, and with
it
that
would be
city.
weird to see him in a different jersey, that's for sure.
Yeah, a jersey that isn't a Team Canada or Chicago Blackhawks. It'd be super weird.
Yeah, exactly.
There was did you see there was some random rumor about, or not even a rumor, it was like an email that the Washington Capitals sent their season ticket holders that
So,
that next year was going to be Ovi's last year, and then the team came out and they're like, that's completely false. Like, we don't know who sent that email out.
yeah, and then I heard like his wife was talking about it too, that they're moving to Moscow after next year and to be back home. So I don't know if it's all complete rumors or if anything's true or not. I think some beat writers and some paper guys should definitely get ahead of themselves on some of these like clickbait links, but yeah, that email was definitely a tough one for Caps fans, I'm sure.
Super weird. I mean, like you kind of had to expect it after he did hit the record. Like everyone was wondering, hey, like he's probably only going to play in the NHL until he hits that record. But I feel like a lot of people thought he was going to have a couple more years till he beat Gretzky's record, and then the last 2 years he's just absolutely just demolished it. He's still playing like he's 10 years younger than he is.
Mhm.
But yeah, it'll be sad to see when. I mean, we're definitely getting older. Like Crosby, Ovi, all these guys that led the league for so long now come into their what could be their final couple years. And I mean, you seeing guys like like Taves and Crosby and Ovi maybe in another jersey. Like if Ovi goes back to Russia, he's not playing for the Caps anymore. I'm sure Crosby would just retire rather than play it in another jersey. But and then like you said, seeing Taves in a different jersey besides the Chicago Blackhawks or Team Canada, it's just it's tough.
Yeah, even seeing Patty Kane, play for a couple
Yeah.
teams now, like it's weird. It doesn't feel right, and I don't think Ovechkin will play on any other team either.
Yeah, besides, I think he'll end up going back to Russia. Like maybe he'll be like a Yager and play in Russia for until he's
Yeah,
60 years
play
old.
till
I'm
he
sure.
play till he's at least 50 for sure.
I'm sure he'll still score like 50 goals out there until then too. So
Take some Russian gas and then play till you're 60.
he'll probably end up owning a KHL team at that point. Hey,
Yeah.
I could see Ovi owning a KHL team.
Oh yeah. He probably already does in a way. I'm sure
Probably.
Putin owns a couple, and some of these big guys probably got in with Ovi. So who knows?
One more new partner that we just got, Chucky, Kalshi.com. If you guys don't know what Kalshi is, head to Kalshi.com. It's our official prediction market of the Athlete and Artist Show, and it's everything on here. Everyone knows that we've been big into sports betting. Now we can place our wagers, our predictions on pretty much everything else. Everyone knows we're big in crypto right now. There's been a lot of stuff from the Bitcoin conference this weekend about what they were going to announce. You can see when will Bitcoin hit 150K before 2026, before October. That'd be a good one for us. Chucky, you're not a big video game guy, but I am. But GTA 6 has been a big thing that that people have been talking about for years. I still play GTA 5. It came out, I think, in like 2014 or something like that. So they're like, when's the GTA 6 release date? Is it going to be before June 2026, before August 2026? I know you've been taking a look at the site too. What's some of the predictions that have stuck out to you?
Yeah, I just find the like election stuff interesting. Like anything to do with Trump, anything to do with Bitcoin, stock markets. So it's cool to go through and see if you can guess on what kind of things happen. But I think for a lot of people's sake, you probably want GTA 6 to come up before summer ends. You need
Yeah.
something to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm pissed it's going to take another year. Like originally it was supposed to come out this year. But apparently they're doing like another like a remaster of one of the other games, which is sweet. I mean, they're always updating online, but yeah, the second trailer for GTA 6 just came out too. It's taking place in Miami, Vice City. So it'll be I mean, everybody that games is just waiting for it. I know all the streamers are going to go absolutely nuts. I'm going to make sure I have an actual streaming setup ready to go for GTA 6. I'm going to have to get I normally use a Mac. I'm going to have to get a PC for sure.
Yeah,
Get my
get
streaming
the full setup. I
and
mean,
then
hockey's done right now, so you need a game like that to come out. We have to
oh
wait so
dude,
long.
for sure. Yeah, in between hockey, like in between hockey and NFL, there's so much time to play GTA.
Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, head to Kalshi.com. It's a bunch of stuff on here. It goes from everything from Bitcoin to Dogecoin to how much is it going to rain in NYC this month? AI stuff, like you said, the political stuff. So it's literally anything that you can think of is on Kalshi. So
And
check
they're
it.
like regulated with the government too, so they're
Yeah,
legit.
yeah, they take place in New York. So which is perfect. So it's a legit site. It's a legit platform. Chucky,
Thank you, Kalshi.
thank you, Kalshi. Stream tonight, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Memorial Cup, rumble.com/AthleteArtistShow. And we will see you then.
Go Tigers. Peace.
Go Knights.